Good morning students. Today I am going to start chapter 2 of civics, that is our state governments. Student, we have studied in class 6 that our government works at 3 levels: local level, state level and national level. We have also studied the government at local level in details. In this chapter, we shall study about the state government in details. The government at the state level is called the state government. This government deals with the issues related to an entire state. The government at every level has 3 organs: legislature, executive and judiciary. The legislature makes laws and executive implements these laws and the judiciary interprets the laws. Today we will discuss formation of state legislature. As you all know, India is the 7th largest nation of the world, extending over 3.28 million square kilometer. In Article 1 of our Constitution says India, that is Bharat, shall be a union of states. At present, there are 28 states and 8 union territories. Each state has its own government, which is run on the line of central government. The union territories are administered by the President of India through a Lieutenant Governor or the Chief Commissioner. Is it clear? The union territories are administered by the President of India through a Lieutenant Governor or the Chief Commissioner. Both the central government and the state governments are independent in their working. The division of powers between the center and the states is on the basis of 3 lists. That is, the union list, it has 97 subjects. The state list, it has 66 subjects, and the concurrent list, it has 47 subjects. Concurrent list includes subjects that give power to both the center and the state government. The central government is more powerful as it has more power, more resources and more finances. Still, the state governments has an independent identity and a very important role to play in the Indian federal system. What is Indian federal system? A federal government, it is a system of dividing up power between a central national government and local state governments that are connected to one another by the national government. Every Indian state has its own legislature. A state legislature usually consists of the governor of the state and one house of legislature called the Vidhan Sabha, and it is also known as Legislative Assembly. Some states have 2 houses of legislature. The upper house is called the Vidhan Parishad or it is also known as Legislative Council, and the Vidhan Sabha is the lower house. The legislature is said to be unicameral if it has one house and bicameral if it has two houses. Is it clear? Look at this flow chart. Through this flow chart, you can easily understand the state legislature is further divided into two parts: Legislative Assembly and Legislative Council. Legislative Assembly is also known as Vidhan Sabha, and the Legislative Council is also known as Vidhan Parishad. The upper house is called the Vidhan Parishad or Legislative Council, and the lower house is known as Vidhan Sabha or Legislative Assembly. The state legislature is said to be the unicameral or bicameral. What are the differences between unicameral and bicameral? Students, the legislature is said to be the unicameral if it has one house, whereas it is said to be bicameral if it has two houses. The legislature of Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Bihar, Maharashtra, Karnataka and Uttar Pradesh are bicameral. It means they have two houses. All the other states' legislatures are unicameral. Now we will know about the Vidhan Sabha. The Vidhan Sabha or Legislative Assembly of a state can have at the most 500 members. It means the number of members in an assembly depend on the population of the state. However, the minimum strength is 60 and the maximum cannot be more than 500. The members are called MLAs. The MLAs are directly elected by the people of the state. The minimum age to be a member of Legislative Assembly is 25 years. Some seats are reserved for scheduled caste and scheduled tribe. For example, Uttar Pradesh has 404 members in its Legislative Assembly and Mizoram has 40 only. The term of Legislative Assembly is 5 years. In case it is not functioning according to the Constitution, it can be dissolved earlier also. In such a situation, the President's rule is imposed in that state. Like the Lok Sabha, the Legislative Assembly has a Speaker and a Deputy Speaker. The Speaker presides over the meeting of the Assembly and conducts its business. Now we will know about the Vidhan Parishad. The Vidhan Parishad or legislative council does not exist in most of our state. The Vidhan Sabha of an state may decide to set up the Vidhan Parishad or to remove it. The decision is made known to the Parliament and the Parliament passes the law needed to give effect to the decision. The members of Vidhan Parishad are called MLCs. The number of members in Vidhan Parishad cannot be more than 1/3 of the number of members in the state's Vidhan Sabha. Unlike the MLAs, the MLC are not elected directly by the people. They are indirectly elected as follows. 1/3 of them are elected by the MLAs of the state. 1/3 are elected by the members of local government bodies such as municipalities and district board. 1/12 are elected by the university graduates living in the state. 1/12 are elected by teachers of secondary schools, college and universities. The remaining 1/6 are nominated by the governor of the state from among distinguished artists, authors, social workers, etc. The Legislative Council or Vidhan Parishad is a permanent house which cannot be dissolved. The term of its members is 6 years, but 1/3 of its members retire after every 2 years. They are replaced by newly elected members. The Vidhan Parishad elects its chairperson or deputy chairperson from among its members. The minimum age to be a member of the council is 30 years. Students, function of the state legislature I will discuss in next class. That's all for today. Thank you and have a nice day.